you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I see we're live on Facebook. Are we in your student group right now or what?
Nope, we're live on my page, buddy.
Nice. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're live on my page. So,
do you want me to get it shared out?
Yeah, let's share it out. Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Share it out. Let everybody know that we're live. Hey guys, if you're on and you are paying attention to us, please feel free to share it out. If you know who Arne is, then you know how powerful it is to share this out. So before we even get started, I just kind of want to say this real quick. So Arne and I have known each other for about a year now. We just to kind of pre-introduce him. Arne and I have known each other for about a year now, and we took a Facebook ads course together, which I feel like I'm saying that about everybody that I'm interviewing right now, because it's all these wonderful people in this family that we've kind of grown to become, right?
And, yeah, it's a pretty tight-knit crew.
It really is. So let me move this back a little bit. Head's cut off. All right. So anyway, so I met Arne a while back, and we immediately just meshed really well together. He's got this brain that just doesn't stop.
It never stops.
It never stops. Arne's always thinking about cool ways to bring incredible value content and bring people together. More importantly, Arne's he is the vehicle. He really is the vehicle lately to bring people together. And what's happening on Facebook in this digital marketing community right now is it's insane what Arne is doing. And he's really just, I don't even know how else to say this, but to say he's blowing it up. And if you're not on the Arne train, you better hop on now, because this guy's going places. So a little bit about Arne to introduce him. He is the founder of the Millennial Entrepreneur Community. So it is a free Facebook community where he's got you're almost at 16,000 members in there, Arne.
Yep. Yeah. I bet we'll hit it today.
I'm sure you will, considering the interviews that you do. So, and I made a lot of connections from that group. So kudos to you for just opening up this incredible forum for us to do what we do best, right?
Yeah, sure thing.
Share our stuff.
It's tons of fun.
Share our story, drop value, share knowledge, network with each other. So what's cool about what Arne does is that he's got kind of like a theme to each day. And I'll definitely let you talk about this, but I want to highlight the things that I enjoy most about your group. And then I'll definitely let you kind of take the reins and talk about it more. What Arne does is he really allows you to, he's got themes. Each day he does a little something different, and each day he sprinkles in a little bit more goodness. He's like the candy man out there. And it's kind of cool because, he's got days that he just lets you just drop your link and talk about your business and promote yourself. And it's cool because that's what people want. That's what people need. Right. And then there's other days where he's just like, hey, let's talk about this topic. And it just blows up. Before you know it, there's just like hundreds and hundreds of comments. And it's awesome. And it's really appreciated. So Arne took the group, and now he's got something even bigger that he's working on that's essentially called the Vault. So I'm going to shut up now. I wanted to highlight the group. And I want you to just talk about what you do with the group, why you put it together, and why you're so proud of it, because we're proud of you.
Yeah, for sure. And another funny thing, Trish, you just dropped a bomb right there. I haven't publicly announced the Vault yet.
Oh my God.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that later. Okay. But now people know there's something out there called the Vault. So keep an eye out, guys. There will be bigger announcements later. We'll get into that. But yeah, basically what I'm up to with the Millennial Entrepreneur Community is really, I wanted to create a space for people like me, young entrepreneurs that know they want to build this online business. They want to start living this life of their dreams fueled by that business, but they know it is a very, very hard journey and that they're going to need a lot of support and a like-minded community to get you guys there. So we just came up on 1 year of Millennial Entrepreneur Community. I launched it July 1st, 2016 with a free challenge. We pulled in about 150 people And then I didn't really know what I was doing with the group at the time. I was trying to figure it out. I had 4 groups before that completely flopped. And I really had it in my head, all right, this is the one. This is going to be the group that takes off, that gets success, that really makes it happen. So with that thought in mind, I was a little bit more consistent, and it took me about 6 months to get up to 1,000 members. And once we hit 1,000 members, I realized I was onto something. You know, I had something that I could strengthen and improve and really create an amazing community around. So that's when I really stepped up my game and formalized the content structures, made everything a lot more consistent, started adding the question of the day, tip of the day, theme days, weekly live streams, all that kind of stuff. So it really became a lot more valuable of a space. And the cool thing is, when that happens, Facebook recognizes that you actually give a shit about your group, and they give you more organic growth. So the more engagement that happens, the more you get rewarded, and the more growth you get, then the more engagement you get. So it's this giant snowball when you are just over delivering and not dropping a bunch of links and spamming everybody. So that was kind of my big tipping point for the group. And then a few weeks after that, we ended up getting featured on Fast Company as one of the top business groups on Facebook. So we ended up on the number 3 spot on that article, and that got tons and tons of reach. And we ended up getting 1,000 members in one day, and then another 1,000 that next week. And that really started the next round of the snowball, because I knew how to get the engagement. I knew how to capture that attention, get people involved, and then it just took off from there. Since then, you know, thousands of people every month. And like we said, we're probably going to hit 16,000 today. So what my real why is behind this group is to give a place for people like me to get that support that they need the most from like-minded people. So I remember when I started my agency about a year and a half ago, I had posted up this funny picture that was like, it showed, you guys might have seen this, where it says like entrepreneurship in a nutshell, and it shows like the Leonardo DiCaprio picture where he's like the messed up looking bear guy in the forest, and it's like my life as an entrepreneur now, and then it's like him from Wolf of Wall Street on the yacht, and it's like my future as an entrepreneur. And I posted up saying, hey guys, I'm gonna be top Leo for a while, but I'm gonna really work my tail off, and I want to become this bottom Leo. I want to find this success, and I want to ask for your help. You know, I'm starting out here with very little, with not much going on, not much success, progress, income, leads, all this, and I want to ask for your guys' help straight up. I'm starting this business, and I want some support. So I put that out into the world. And the craziest thing that happened was my friends, my family, they support, saying good job, but strangers on the internet hit me up. We're like, hey, let me help you out. Let me help you grow this. I want to link up with you. I want to chat. I want to help get you to that next level. So how crazy is that? You know, these people that I had, run across in other Facebook groups or linked up with and chatted a couple times, were willing to help me out and really get me to that next level. So that's what I wanted to create with my community, guys, is a spot where you can have that pretty much on demand. We have 16,000 people in there that are all hugely smart, accomplished entrepreneurs in every space you can think of, and they're young, so they get it. So that was my whole plan behind that, is to create a space like that where you actually had people focused on helping you. And the core value of my group is value first. And I try to make sure that's clear to my members. Hey, if you're going to show up, you gotta show up with some value. And you're going to get a lot more out of it if you do it that way anyways. So that was kind of what has helped me make it a really engaged space, spam free, and really help people get to that next level. So that's what the MEC is all about. And we have a ton of stuff going on, like you said. I'm also really hyped. We just added Mentorship Mondays. So that is bringing on a business veteran, somebody who's been running businesses for at least 10 years, to come in and do a live stream every Monday. And we might even do 1 or 2 per Monday. I just put the scheduler up and I left some room if more people want to do it. So that will be really cool. Bring some more experienced people in.
Arne, that's incredible what you're doing. I cannot tell you how proud of you I am. Honest to God, like it's been, I mean, seriously, like I tell people this, and I definitely mean it when I say that, you kind of, just because you're younger than me, but you kind of became like my little brother in the space, and I'm watching you, and I'm in awe of you. I really, really am. I'm absolutely in awe of you because, there's a lot of young people like yourself. I mean, do you mind me asking you? Do you mind telling the people, how old are you, Arne?
Yeah, I'm 23.
23 years old. And I mean, I just want to point out real quick, listen to the tone in his voice, listen to his demeanor, listen to how calm he is, but yet how excited he is about what he's doing. And he's doing it the right way because he knows he's done the research. He's worked, I promise you, I know how hard Arne has worked at this. It's insane how much effort, time, investment he's put into this. And he is 23 years old. And I want to point this out to a couple people too. So Arne got into affiliate marketing pretty early on in the game. Like he figured it out and he kind of jumped on it. And Arne has essentially been kind of jet setting all over the world on pretty much just your affiliate marketing. Isn't that right?
What's that?
You pretty much travel just on your affiliate marketing earnings. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, it definitely pays like my rent and everything. Like, ClickFunnels especially, I really like how their stuff is recurring. So yeah, about $1,000 a month from that, and then I do some other stuff, with Dan, and that pays for where I stay. And like, this is a really nice Airbnb. I wish it was a nicer day so I could show you guys what I'm working with. But let me see what I can do here. I'm gonna show you guys my view. It's really raining. It just started raining, but here's the place I'm staying at right now. So you got the pool over there.
So where are you?
I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah.
And
so I got about another week here. Yeah, excited to be here. And then back to Seattle, and then off to Paris and Spain, and who else knows where next.
So Arne is he just kind of does this thing, like he's got really nothing holding him back. He's kind of on his own. He's a digital nomad, right? Isn't that what you call yourself?
Yep.
Yeah. So and he does so many other things. So you've got the group, and I know that that's your primary focus. But you have a podcast too, right? And just tell people a little bit about that, just so that we know a little bit more about Arne.
Definitely. Yeah. So I haven't been doing too much of the podcast lately, but I started that one back in April with the same kind of goal. Really highlight the stories of young entrepreneurs that are out there and doing it and making it happen, and just show people what's possible, and really try and take a deeper look into people's stories. So one thing I love about kind of my angle with the podcast is, versus a lot of the other ones where it's just like a big highlight reel of all this cool accomplishments and blah, blah, blah. It's like, that isn't entertaining. I want to get down to the dirty details of, okay, so you do have all these accomplishments. You are here, you were making this much money, you're doing X, Y, and Z. What the hell went into that? Let's back this up. Let's not skip any steps. I want to hear the struggles, the stories, the milestones, the personal and business development. And then that really shows people what actually goes into success. Not just talking about their book launch and all this other crap that a lot of podcasts do, So I really loved that about hearing those stories from my guests, is the real transformation. And I think that's what other people liked about it as well, is they could see how somebody made that development to get where they want to be. And it's really kind of inspirational, especially as a young person who doesn't have a lot of experience in business, or people who haven't hit that level of success that they want yet, or just starting out. If they can see somebody like me, go a year and a half since I put out that post saying, hey, I'm just starting out, I got nothing, I'm looking for some support. help me out, guys. Let me know. And now here I am traveling the world. I've got a 5-figure a month digital agency. Got passive income. I've got clients all over the world. Like, it's, the possibilities are endless, guys. And that's what I'm really all about, is showing people the long-term development of everything, how you actually have to build a real business and systems and teams and processes, and really take time to figure shit out. So that's kind of what I'm all about with the community, with the podcast, with my messaging of letting people know it is hard. A lot of skills go into it. A lot of time goes into it, but it's the most rewarding thing you'll ever do if you put that time in and make it happen.
For sure, for sure. And something else that I'd like to point out about you, which I think a lot of us at this, quote unquote circle, is you run your own group and you're working real hard on that. But we all kind of go into each other's groups, right? And we really, that's a really big thing that I'm a huge proponent for, and I'm an advocate for, which is why I'm doing this interview, which is why I love to interview small business owners who really hustle and really work hard on bringing that kind of value every day, is that collaboration is kind of incredible, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's a lot of what you do, even with your group, right? You've got tons of collaborative projects that you work on, right? Where you bring people together, and it's really powerful.
Yes, and I got a really funny one coming up, and that one's also going to be under wraps. But yeah, it's going to be with somebody and it's going down on August 1st. So anybody from the MEC watching, or anybody watching anywhere, something crazy is going to go down on August 1st, and it's going to be the first of its kind, unique kind of thing happening in a Facebook group, and it's going to be a really cool collaboration. So keep an eye out for that one. And yeah, it's really all about the collaboration. The coolest thing about, online business and young entrepreneurs especially is, like, there's so much room for overlap and fitting in, seeing where we can help each other out, that it makes so much sense to do that. And it's pretty simple, like you said, there's a lot of people in the Facebook Ads for Entrepreneurs group that ended up working together. I have, a handful of people that I've hired that have hired me from there, and so much cool stuff has come out of it.
Yeah, no, it's for sure. So it's I want to go back real quick. You were talking about the podcast. I wanted to, you mentioned, people who are interested in starting a podcast. I noticed that you put a post in your group that you have somebody coming in to talk specifically about that. Can you mention again when that's going to be? Because that might really entice a lot of people to, if they're not already in the group, to make sure that they hop in that group sooner rather than later.
Yeah, well, they should just hop in today anyways. But I don't have the exact date on that one just yet. So I'm not sure when that's going to be, but it is going to be amazing. So this is going to be with Luis Congdon. He runs Thriving Launch, which is a podcast that interviews high performers, entrepreneurs, super successful celebrities, all that. And he was actually kind of my podcast mentor. So I found him January last year, and I got linked up with him. I got his podcasting cheat sheet and all that stuff, and joined his group. And then I later on joined his podcaster training program, and it really helped, get me to the next level and figure some of the stuff out that was missing in my plan. Since then, we've been cool. He's always been down to support and really help out podcasters, and kind of chat with me through this whole journey of everything. So it's been cool to have the ability to work with him and learn from him, and bring him onto the group. Like, this guy knows his stuff when it comes to podcasting. He does podcasting consulting at companies worldwide. He's helped launch dozens of shows, advised on hundreds of them. So he's going to drop some heat when he comes in. So I'm excited for that one. That will be in the next couple of weeks for sure.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. So if somebody's out there and they're watching this live and they're not quite sure what kind of what the ideal person is in that community, can you just give me maybe like 5 different types of, most engaged people on a regular basis in your community? What types of business owners that this would really benefit?
For podcasting or for my group?
for your group specifically?
Okay, yeah, I'd say for my group specifically, it's a lot of online entrepreneurs, kind of like me, but everyone has their own flavor to it. Whether they're in coaching, consulting, info products, we have a lot of service-based business owners, everything from e-commerce. It's really kind of all over the map, and I like that generalness of it a little bit, because you get a lot of different perspectives. It's not just a group full of e-commerce people. It's not just a group full of affiliate marketers. It's people all over the map. There's people with local businesses, tons of stuff. So it's a lot of different types, and it's really all about just figuring out what we can do to help bring everyone to the next level. So that's kind of the content I put out. More things that are general, like, okay, here's how to break down a goal. Here's how to set up a system. Here's how to, improve your messaging. Here's how to get better clients. Just all these different types that can be really applied to a lot of areas and are really foundational. Because what I found is a lot of young entrepreneurs, they lack the foundational knowledge that they need to really be in business. And if you don't have that, you get burned. It slows down your progress, and you miss out on these big concepts that can be seriously game changing. And I'd love to talk about that too.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It's funny. I mean, I try to comment in your group at least once a day, at least. And I think some days I even miss a day because I'm working on my own stuff, my own group too. But yeah. I comment in your group at least once a day just to bring some kind of value, help answer questions, and just, show my love for Arne Giske, little Giske business. But I will tell you, it's really cool what happens, because if any, those people who are listening, if you get in these kind of groups and you just kind of sit stagnant and you don't really engage, you're doing yourself a huge injustice, because I'll just drop like a very simple comment or reply to somebody else's comment, and the next thing you know, I'm getting 50 friend requests a day. And that's just somebody else's group for just saying, hey, here's a really good hashtag idea for Instagram, or just something simple, right? And people are like, oh my God, I didn't know that. So the thing is, I think with your group, people when you get into this kind of business, you don't realize how much you know that other people don't know, and they need help with, right? I just assume that everybody knows what I know some days. That's absolutely not the case.
That's the expert's dilemma, right? So
right.
That's another thing a lot of people talked about is like, oh, I don't know how to monetize my knowledge. And I'm like, all right, so what have you been through in the last, year, 2 years, 5 years? What have you learned? What's your superpower? What can you do better than most people on the planet? They'll be like, well, I did publish a best-selling book. I'm like, nobody knows how to publish a best-selling book. Like, go teach people that. Or I learned how to make my own website, or, I started a drop shipping store, whatever it is. These people have all these crazy, unique experiences, and they're not sure, like, oh, I don't think anyone's going to find that valuable. Yeah, they will. Package it up, make an offer, teach people, coach people on it, show people how to do it, help people do it, and boom, you're an expert, a well-paid one too. So I'd say that's my next piece of advice for people is you are smarter than you think, more powerful than you think. Go start putting out some awesome content around that stuff that you really know, and it's going to attract those people that want to get to that next level, and help you blow up your business and start building digital assets that can pay you while you're asleep.
Absolutely. Oh, that's incredible advice. So speaking of advice, that's then my next question to you. If you were to give 3 tips, right? Just 3 really important tips to somebody who doesn't already have a Facebook group, but has one and is really struggling to build up that community, what would your tips be?
Tip number 1 is show up every day. That is the most simple, straightforward. You guys are going to hear me say this over and over again. And if you're wondering why you have no engagement, no growth, no activity, are you showing up every day? Probably not. So that's like the most simple way you guys can really start getting some more results, is your online presence has to be strong. And if you want a strong online presence, you have to be present. It's no secret, guys. So just keep showing up. And I'd say tip number 2 is you don't have to overthink your content strategy. A lot of people don't really understand what adding value means, and they don't understand how people consume content on Facebook. So then they don't know what to produce. So a lot of people think adding value is, oh, here's an in-depth tutorial, here's a finely fine-tuned article on 7 steps to blah blah and blah. Value comes in so many shapes and forms, and it's a lot less time consuming than people think to actually produce content in my group. I do something that I call everyday content, and that is basically as I'm going about my day, if something crosses my mind or crosses my plate or that I deal with in my business, something happens, I form it into something that I think other people would find valuable just quickly. I got into the habit of it because I've been doing it for a while, but value can come in so many different forms. It can come in questions. It can come in discussions, short tips. It can come in funny pictures, a live stream, or you can do your more in-depth strategic stuff. And there's just so many ways to get people engaged in a group. So if you're having a community and you're struggling to put out content every day and get engagement and put out good content every day, just think about how you like to consume stuff in other groups. What makes you think, oh, I love this group, this is so cool, and what makes it memorable, what makes it valuable, what makes you want to hop on and join the discussions, and break it down backwards. So people are on Facebook to consume things and be entertained. That's it. They're lazy. They have short attention spans, and they want short, value-packed posts. And like I said, guys, that could be sharing memes, that could be sharing tips, starting discussions, whatever it is. People are there to consume and learn and have fun and not get spammed. So that's tip number 3.
That's awesome, Arne.
If you want to get results without pissing off your members. So what I do there is something I call incremental marketing, meaning exactly like that post I put up about the podcast the other day. Okay, so my goal is to, promote this upcoming live stream. So what do? Hey, who wants to learn about podcasting? Who is curious? Who has a podcast? We've got the speaker coming on. Drop a comment if you're interested in podcasting. So it's like 65 people commented on there. They're like, yeah, I want to learn podcasts. I'm like, cool, awesome. All right, now I know, it's validated. People want this. So when I, go and start putting together the promos for the live stream, I know I have a decent audience that wants to check it out. So you can do stuff like that. And you can also do things like comment ladders for like a free training that goes into a funnel, that kind of thing. There's a million ways to do it without pissing off your other members. So let's say if I had a course on podcasting and I wanted to, get people into it. So now I have 65 people that said, hey, I'm interested in podcasting. So I'd be like, okay, cool. Now I validated that people want it. All right, now I'm going to go create a funnel. Okay, here's a free podcast thing. Here's a tripwire, here's a course, whatever it is. But what happens is you're only sending those marketing messages to people who raise their hand. So I'm not spamming the other, 1,900 with an offer for podcast stuff. I'm moving the conversation from the Facebook group to a different channel. And that's to my funnels, to my emails, to my retargeting ads. So only the people who are, qualifying themselves are the ones that are getting that message. So that's how I am able to get results and get sales and monetize a Facebook group without spamming the Facebook group, So it's really powerful stuff. And if anybody else has a online community, start moving the conversation off the platform, because Facebook groups are a conversation starter and not where the sales channels is. So you got to be smart about it.
Absolutely. That's awesome. I mean, I can't even tell you right now. I'm recording this, obviously, and we're definitely going to upload this thing onto YouTube. You know how I do. That's the name of my game. There is so much value in this interview. If people are watching it live, seriously, this is candy right now. This is a sneak peek of the kinds of things that Arne shares in his group every day, by the way. Like, You guys, I cannot even express to you. There's Arne, and there's what he puts out there for those in his, basically his forum every day, the questions that he asks, the knowledge, the value, the knowledge.
I like that.
Nuggets, yeah, the knowledge. Yeah.
Dropping tons of knowledge every day.
Every day, knowledge. I think, did I just coin a new word? I think I might have.
I think so. How about valuage?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but this is the kind of stuff that Arne does every day, and he's literally like, if you're not in the group, hopefully the people who are already in here and have been watching it are jumping on, and
yeah, I shared it to the group too.
You're getting tons of notifications for more folks to join in. It's silly not to. That being said, so I don't know if you have like an ideal. I mean, everybody's got an avatar, right? But do you have a what you're looking for, your ideal person that you want to bring into the group that you don't really have a lot of, and you kind of want to expand out and make sure that you're hitting a specific niche or a specific market? If so, who is that?
Yeah, so kind of like I was saying earlier, it's a bit more general, because it really is a support community. It's not all just about me and my goals, but the cool thing is it's so big that you know, a lot of the people that are in there are possible people that could work with me. I've found, you know, tons of clients and customers through my group through that incremental marketing process. And, you know, I run a marketing agency too. I hardly ever talk about it in there, but I'm able to still start some conversations and then move it off the platform. And 99.99% of the people in that group are not my target market for my agency services. And so I have to figure out other ways to connect with those people and show up. So I'm not concentrating my messaging on sales, but I can still throw out little bait posts every now here and there and get some results. So it's pretty powerful. And it's especially been nice since I've used the group especially as kind of a supplement. It's not like an all or nothing. This is my only channel to get results with. And that makes it easier for me to not show up as needy or wanting business or really trying to push offers. It's kind of like, hey, here I am. I've got this stuff going on. If you're curious about it, you can reach out. We can take that next step. And that's what the incremental attraction marketing is all about, is throwing out the right types of bait to get those people to self-qualify. Because then I'm not really like shoving anything down anyone's throat. And those people that do want to get to that next level know where to find me.
That's awesome, Arne. So something I like to ask people, we all kind of come from something, right? So we all start out at a certain level, and everybody's got some mentor that they're like, oh man, I just, when this person speaks, or when I listen to their podcast, or I read their book, it's just like my mind explodes and starts spinning. Like for me, I love Gary Vee. For people who follow you, who's one of your mentors? Who's somebody that's really, spoken to you, that's kind of helped you get to that level and really inspired you to get to that level in your business?
Yeah. I would say definitely Russell Brunson and Dan Henry. Those are my two guys, and I know Dan's learned a bunch from Russell as well. So what my biggest transformation with them was completely having a better understanding of not just the foundational marketing pieces of how people respond to things, how to become a better writer, but the really in-depth strategies of how to make everything work in an online business, and how to have good messaging, how to get offers that convert. And I really went all in with those two. I was in Dan's beta for Facebook ads for entrepreneurs, over a year ago now. So I was able to kind of really just soak everything up from him. So I'd say he was kind of the closer mentor, and also was more of the farther off mentor. And I've been through all of his stuff as well. Also, I have a goal of getting an inner circle by the end of this year, maybe even the end of this quarter. We'll see. But I think that would be really cool to get in Russ Brunson's inner circle, work with him, and also, you know, be a part of that community of those, you know, 100 plus high achievers. I think that could be awesome as well. So yeah, those two have made a huge impact on my success. I happily throw my credit card at whatever they offer, and I never regret it. So that was another thing I learned from those guys, is if you can figure out how to really over deliver at every step and get people great results, they become your best sales team, an unpaid one too. So that's one thing I kind of was able to do, especially with my Facebook groups training recently, was when I kind of developed that product and training and really, you know, over delivered to get everyone results. Then everybody started shouting my name from the rooftops, and it was the coolest thing to see, you know, the impact I could make on, you know, the 100 plus students in there, and see how their groups are growing, how they're growing their business as a result, and you know, really just be able to hit it out of the park with that one. So I learned that stuff from those guys. I saw how, you know, people like me were raving fans, and it just totally made sense to run it like that.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. You said something just now that it's incredible what happens when you find somebody like that in your business as a mentor. You said whenever they come out with something, you literally throw your credit card at whatever they come. That's something that so many people lose sight of. I feel like, you know, when you invest in your business, it's not just investing the money. It's a huge part of it, but people, they'll spend hours and hours and hours investing their time, and they're kind of running like a hamster in circles. If you just find that right person and invest in that person, you'll find that it's just like that. You'll want to throw your credit card at everything that they're telling you, because if you listen to what they're telling you, you implement what they're telling you. Yep. It's incredible how your business will blow up. I mean, it's happened for me, and it's just unbelievable. So for those people who are listening, if you're kind of stuck in your business and you don't really know what to do, and you haven't hired a mentor, you haven't taken that step and said, you know what, I need to invest in my business, do it. You know, whether that mentor is Russell Brunson or Arne Giske or Trish Lito, invest in your business. It's the smartest thing you can do, right?
Yeah. And I wanna flip that on its head too, and talk to the emerging leaders out there. So like you said, it's guys, and kind of picking up all this different stuff. And the coolest thing about that is, you know, as I've gotten more success, more results, more better branding, and everyone knows what I'm capable of, that eliminates my competition. I don't look at what other marketers are doing much. You know, I look at what Dan and Russell are doing, because those are my mentors. But the people who are, you know, competing with me, I'm not paying attention to them. I'm staying in my own lane. And a lot of my followers and fans and clients, they didn't go shopping around for a marketer to help them with this. They didn't go shopping around for Facebook groups course. I was the person they went to. So if you guys can really strengthen that for yourselves and get your positioning down, get your branding down, get an engaged tribe of people, your competition disappears. And that is the most powerful thing. So that's what happened with Dan. That's what happened with Russell Brunson for me. Who's my big marketing guru? Russell. Okay, I don't need to go buy a course from any other big marketing guru. Okay, who's my Facebook ads guy? Dan Henry. All right, I got his course. I don't need any more Facebook ads courses. I already got my guy. And so it just makes everything easier. So, I became the guy for everyone for Facebook groups. They're not going to go around chasing other Facebook groups courses, because they know me, they've seen the results, and now it's me. So that's powerful. If you guys can do that in your branding, your marketing, get people results, like that will blow you up and eliminate your competition completely.
Unbelievable. I'm so proud of you. It's just, you are such an inspiration to so many people, young, old, anybody, whether they're starting out new, they've been in the game for a while. And I mean that. And I know that you know that I mean that, because I see your name get dropped in some other group sometimes, and all anybody ever says is, damn, Arnie's killing it. And you are. So you should be extremely proud of yourself. And, you know, like I said, if you're not already in his group, it's a Millennial Entrepreneur Community. Jason Conamides jumped into the video, the live video. I think he might still be in it, but he dropped the link to the community in there. So if you haven't already joined the group, go click that link and request to come in. And I will say for you on your behalf, you know, don't expect to hop in the group and start spamming. You know, bring value, bring content, engage with other people, be respectful, and, you know, wait for that day, because he does it at least once a week. He says, hey, you know what, promote yourself. Do it on that day, you know, and in between, just make connections. And again, just be respectful, have that etiquette, that group etiquette. And, you know, if you show up, you bring value and content, you're going to get at least 50 friend requests per day like I do.
Yep, definitely.
So,
or group requests. So I want to leave everybody with a tip there. So if you guys haven't gotten my my group growth cheat sheet, you need it, but I'll give you one of the tips right now. So Trish is really smart about, you know, engagement like that. She'll show up with value and then get all these people hitting her up. But, you know, it's kind of tough to get 50 new friend requests and message everybody and start conversations. So what you want to do instead is what I call the profile funnel. So that is where you post your most recent post on your timeline is going to be a link to something like your group. Like Trish could be like, hey, I got all these new Instagram hacks. Here's one, but the other are in the group. Make sure you join. And then Trish could go run out to a bunch of different Facebook groups and say, hey, look at all these cool Instagram hacks I got. And she could go and post in 5-10 groups. And what happens next? You get hundreds of member requests to your Facebook group on autopilot just for putting 2 posts up. One to advertise your group on your timeline, and one to add some value in different groups. So that is the easiest way to blow up your group immediately. It's not rocket science. It's just two posts you guys got to do, and you'll go get some results. So I'm gonna drop that cheat sheet link in the comments up there as well.
Do it up, buddy. Do it up. I love it. I love it. Throw that cheat sheet in there. So see, I'm telling you, people who are watching, you know, there's just been so much value that he's already given you, and now he's throwing a free cheat sheet in there. You know, this is what Arne does, because Arne knows what it means to be serious about your business. And if you're serious about your business, you know, jumping into a group and just throwing a link or saying, you know, I can do this and I can do this and I can do that. Just share a tip, right? Share a tip of the day or whatever it might be, and just exactly listen to what Arne tells you.
Yeah, that's what all the students saying. I'll say, hey, how did you how did you end up getting up to 2,000 members in like the last month from like 400? Like JR's blowing up. He'll hit me up every couple of days and be like, hey, here's a new screenshot. Now I'm at X many members. I'm like, how did you do it? He's like, I just did what you told me to do. I was like, all right, good answer.
And there you have it, right? There you have it. Yeah, and I'm actually doing it too. I mean, I've gotten quite a bit of traction in my group. So my group is Instagram for the hustlers. We talk about all kinds of other stuff though. I just Instagram's my jam, as you well know, mm-hmm. and you know, I think you and I might actually start helping you get some traction off of Instagram too, because why the hell not? Yep. And I like doing this. I love promoting, especially online entrepreneurs who hustle, who bring value and content. I think it's important that we get you out there and people hear about you, because as you know, a lot of people say, and as I'm starting to learn, you're doing an injustice to the community if you don't get yourself out there. People want to learn what you got to teach them. And
and you're doing an injustice to your community and your followers if you don't give them offers to get to the next level. So like, people put out free content for how long? They never get any results. They don't grow their business. They have an audience that's engaged, but it's like, if you really want to serve people at a higher level, you need to give them offers, whether that's a course or coaching or a service or whatever it is. Like, it's your duty to over deliver, and to make that make sense for you, you need to be in business. So put some offers out, do some incremental marketing, and really make a bigger impact on your people and grow your business at the same time. That's how you get real results with the Facebook group.
Absolutely. So before we finish this up, I want to ask you one more thing that I think will be really, really huge. So for me personally, one of the main reasons why I started my business as a digital marketer, why I like to do the promoting thing, why I even took the Facebook ads for entrepreneurs course myself, is because I had a failed business in direct sales and in multi-level marketing. Okay. One of the bigger reasons why so many people that get into things like that, why they fail, is because they get into a company and nobody tells them how to market themselves appropriately. It's true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So they do what I call the product vomit, and it's awful, and it can tend to deter people from their business, right?
Completely.
It sucks, right? So one of the things that I tell people is, forming a group like yours would be an incredible way to do that. Whether you're selling makeup, you can do tutorials every day, why you love that skin product that you use so much. So do you think that would be a great way for somebody who's doing that type of a business to have a group like that and do Facebook Lives and provide value that way? What might be another way that they could provide value? I like to speak to that community. It's a very large community. So what would your tip be for that?
Absolutely. So especially if you're in MLM, network marketing, direct sales, online, the only thing that is ever going to set you apart and get your results is your personal brand and people's attachment to that personal brand. So that is one of the coolest things about a Facebook group. Everybody knows your name. If it's big, if it's engaged, everybody likes you, or at least a lot of people do. So that is powerful. That is something you guys can leverage in your business. Another thing you guys need to know is, like I said earlier, adding value doesn't always have to be tutorials or strategies or whatever else. Show up, entertain people, have fun, get to know your members, and especially in a Facebook group, Gary Vee says jab, 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 right hook. Facebook groups are like 99 jabs. So seriously, guys, you want to create a space that's really fun to be in. And I'll give you a lesson straight out of the course. So this is called the 1 hour test. And your goal is to make it so as soon as somebody requests to join your group, let's say they're an ideal member, for whatever it is that you talk about, your topics, they're going to request to join your group. All right, you get them approved. Could they go look in your group and read an hour worth of content without feeling bored or spammed or feeling like it's worthless? Like, if they're showing up and they can go through your group for an hour and be like, wow, I learned so much, you pass. If they show up and it's like, buy my shit, buy my shit, buy my shit, here's 7 theme days in buffer that no one commented on, it's like, oh, this is dead, I don't want to be here. So you guys got to think of really creating a space that people want to hang out in and be a part of. And when you can do that, it's magnetic. And then you get the engagement, then you get the growth, then you get the results for your business. So got to be smart about everything.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I cannot wait to share this video out. Seriously, it's just huge. It's important. I'm absolutely going to put it in my group too. So to wrap things up, once again, it's the Millennial Entrepreneurs Community. If you're not in it, go now. Like, I don't know why you're not in it if you've even been in 2 minutes of this Facebook Live. And is there anything that do you have anything specifically coming up that you want to talk about, or anything else at all that, you just want to kind of tell people, hey, this is where you can find me?
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say first spot to come hang out is Millennial Entrepreneur Community, of course. We would love to hear from you guys. And if you're out there listening, you're curious about growing your business, growing your audience, and getting results with it for your business. As you guys can tell from this chat, it is a very delicate process. There's a million terrible Facebook groups out there. And I have a course out on Facebook groups for entrepreneurs. Basically everything you need to know about growth, management, content creation, actually monetizing, creating sales funnels, and everything else. So if you guys are curious about that, it's actually closed at the moment, but you can start off with that group growth cheat sheet, take it, run with it, get some results, and keep an eye out. There's a wait list for that course. So it can be hugely, hugely powerful to have that audience, get them engaged. And it's like having an online business on easy mode. You know, you already have your people there that love you. You can put out offers, they'll buy them. You just have to keep showing up with all that value first, and people reciprocate. So I encourage all you guys to start a group and grow it and hit a few thousand members, and everything's just going to fall into place. So thank you so much, Trish, for having me on, and I hope everybody learned a ton. Make sure to go grab that cheat sheet. It's in the comments below there. Get started with your group growth and go get some results, guys.
Fantastic. Arne Giske, you are the man. Thank you so, so much for bringing value every single day. I'll definitely see you on Facebook, and I'll be messaging you accordingly. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and enjoy your time in Buenos Aires or Argentina.
Yeah, I got one more week.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy. Yeah, I fly out in exactly 1 week.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, everybody. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to see this video on replay, you're going to see it very soon. It's going to be in Arne's group, and then it's also going to be on YouTube. I'll throw the YouTube channel or the YouTube link in Arne's group within the next few days. I got to go in there and edit it and clean it up, make sure it looks nice and pretty, and throw some tags on there to get him lots of traffic. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.
See you later. Bye.